And here we go. Welcome in to another edition of Bucky and BK. Today is Friday, February 6th, 2026. And we are with y'all for the next 2 hours. Happy Friday to each and every one of you out there. We've got a jam-packed show. Of course, we are 2 days away from Super Bowl 60. We will preview the game from every angle, talk about some of the best and funniest prop bets coming up as well. We've got a recap of the NFL Honors Show that went down last night. I also came up with my own list of NFL awards for the 2025-26 season. Of course, the fourth-ranked Texas women's basketball team took care of number 5 LSU at the Mood last night. We will recap the game and let you hear from Vic Schaefer, Rory Harmon, and Kim Mulkey. We've got some Dallas Cowboys news to get into, some golf news to get into, some Texas men's basketball to talk about, and a bizarre story out of the Olympics. Oh, yeah, before the opening ceremonies even begin. We'll get to all of that. But we appreciate y'all spending some of your Friday with us. Happy Friday, my man. How are you today?
Same to you. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. You're going to get 80 degrees today. What a day. I mean, this is what winter's supposed to be like here. This is real winter now. Give me 80 sunshine. Let's keep on rising that temperature, brother. That's fine with me. I don't like that cold streak whatsoever. I always like a hot streak, you know?
Yeah, you are a 90s and 100s guy.
I am. I truly am. I don't know how that happened, but it didn't take long. It really didn't. Once I got out of Illinois and got to the state of Texas, once I started feeling that heat, it was like I never want to go back to this cold and this cold wind and breeze and ice and all that stuff. I know some of you had a good time last week with the ice. I did not. I don't like the memories of that stuff. I don't like it going in, changing my clothes. You know, even I was a little sledder when I was a young kid. I went sleigh riding. You people wouldn't know what that's all about, most of you. But I would spend hours upon hours on a sled or a toboggan going down hills and stuff. I mean, I once went airborne and crashed with a couple guys on the back of one of those toboggans, BK, and hit a telephone pole after we went airborne, and it went across the road and hit the telephone pole and split in half. And this thing was full of little guys, and we thought that was cool. I mean, you're talking about death that could have happened hitting that pole going that fast? No, just a couple bruises. Just, hey, anybody else got another toboggan that we can wreck? Anybody want to give us their deal? No, nobody wanted to give it to us. And the steeper the hill, the better. But no. And then you go home and you change clothes and you get some warm soup. You go right back out for another 3 or 4 hours. And that was like an all-day thing. If you didn't have school during the wintertime and school was closed, everybody knew where people would be.
One of your boys crashed into a telephone pole and the pole split in half?
No, the toboggan, the thing that we were on, split.
Oh, okay.
Guys went flying in all directions, but the thing's just split in half.
I was like, how big is one of your boys if he's able to do that?
Oh, no. We didn't split the pole. The pole split us.
I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what a toboggan is.
It's like a sled without the metal parts, on the bottom that keep it going. It's all wood. It just glides across the snow.
My equivalent to
it's like ski. It's like a big ski.
Okay. My equivalent to a toboggan growing up in Dallas, Texas was a trash can lid.
Yes.
A few snow days or ice days that we did get, you would just find a neighbor's trash can lid.
Or some cardboard boxes.
Cardboard boxes work too, and you'd find someone's driveway or you'd find a hill and you would just go down until your mom called you home.
Yeah, back east, that's a big deal. I got one of those at Christmas. I got a sled. Before your time is up, when you were a kid, you get a sled for Christmas.
There you go.
That was a part of the Christmas deal, and you'd have that because you'd be using that thing from freaking November all the way to May. And it was good for everything else. You could carry groceries on it. You could pull it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go down the street, just pull stuff on it, put the dog on it, pull your little sister or little brother, just pull them on it.
Should have put you on our bobsled team with the Olympics coming up.
Oh, God, that was so much fun. But don't even think about that now. Got grandkids. I got a hill right here. Not even thought about saying, hey, why don't you guys come over and let's go sleigh tobogganing? Like, no, Because if I fall, I don't need that to fall down. I mean, I don't really, I can't even keep my balance with my own 2 feet. I much less steer one of those things.
Hey, you wipe out on one of those things, you're not getting up.
Oh no, the speed that they go in now. If you hit something with those now, because they used to, you could sit on them and you could also lay forward on them and steer it with your hands this way instead of your feet. And dude, you hit it now going that speed. You're not coming back from that one. Like I said, I follow my face enough. I don't need to be on some mechanical deal. That's like, for me, like someone said, why don't you get on the mechanical bull? It's not as bad as a real bull. I'm like, it's all bad for me. I don't need to. I could just fall funny, and that would be it for me. Good day to the soldiers at Fort Hood, Texas, the soldiers in the state of Texas, and all those that fight for us each and every day. Thank you so much for what you do. Have a great, great Super Bowl weekend, y'all. And to you and your families, do be safe out there.
Yes, indeed. Plenty of sports to dive into today. No better place to start than with what happened last night at the Mood.
Oh, yes.
The 4th-ranked Texas women's basketball team getting some revenge against number 5 LSU. The Longhorns tamed the Tigers 77-64, the final score. What a dominant fourth quarter for Vic Schaefer's squad. The Longhorns outscored LSU 20-11 in the final frame. Buck, this was a 3-point game in the final minute of the third quarter. Texas was up 56-53, anybody's ball game, right? One possession, and then the Longhorns scored the next 11 points. They ended up going on a 17-3 run to turn what looked like was going to be a nail-biter into an absolute beatdown in the fourth quarter.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, Booker, she was talking about smooth jumper. Man, every time she shot in the first 2 quarters, every time she took a jumper, I said, that's 2. Let's move along. She's got that. I mean, she was on target. And she played really good defense last night, too. She was all over the place. I mean, I think her game, BK, her jumper's as smooth as any dude's that I've seen in a while. I mean, that little 14 to 15-foot jumper she takes in the side there is awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, and those aren't like all by herself. Some of those are contested shots. A few that she hit last night had somebody in her face because the girls from LSU were long. They had long arms.
It's a good team right
there. Yeah, it really is a good team.
And Texas fought incredibly hard last night to get the job done. I was very impressed with Texas on the offensive end, but I was more impressed by what they did defensively because LSU came into last night's game averaging 98.9 points per game. That's the most in the country. That's also on pace to be the most in Division I women's college basketball history. This is a historically good offense that came to the ATX last night. Texas held them to 64. Again, they averaged 99. Texas held them 35 points below their season average last night. And the Longhorns forced 19 turnovers.
Yeah,
Texas
they had nothing working inside. They tried to get that ball inside. There were a lot of hands on with the big girls down below. A lot of turnovers. They got their hands on a lot of balls in there. That was good. That was great to see.
Oh my gosh, 12 steals for Texas, again, forcing 19 turnovers. Like LSU is used to getting literally whatever they want on offense, and Texas didn't let it happen. Early on in the game, LSU was finding some rhythm. It was very entertaining from the opening tip. The teams were going back and forth, but LSU was playing with the lead for parts of the first half because, their offense got in gear. And then in the second half, and obviously in the fourth quarter, winning time, Texas was able to put the clamps on that LSU team. And I mean, LSU had 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter before they made a basket.
Wow.
That's insane. You don't see that from them. And that just goes to show you, again, the work that Texas put in on the defensive end of the floor. You talk about Maddie Booker on offense. I mean, I thought she was great defensively against Jada Richard, who has been one of LSU's best players. She was just 1 of 10 for the Tigers last night. Flajay Johnson, one of the best players in the country. She was 3 for 14 last night. I mean, Booker and Harmon were kind of the two doing most of the guarding on those 2 elite guards for the Tigers, and they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, I think Rory Harmon, I think she ended up with like 6 or 7 steals in the game.
Oh, 6'7", nicely done there.
Yeah, breaking all kinds of records every time she steps on the court when it comes to all-time steals. I mean, she was everywhere last night. And it's hard for her. I mean, I was talking to you before we started. I said, she's the smallest thing on the court every time she gets on the court. And so she's got to get that offense going. And LSU had the girls with long arms over, on her the whole time. She started out kind of slow. She had a hard time getting the ball to where she wanted to. But then once she got into it, once she started getting steals, she got into the flow of the game, and they couldn't stop her from getting the assist that she needed to get. She actually got inside and had a couple jumpers inside deep there, which, as I said, she looks so tiny going in there. You know what I mean? She's almost my size.
She's listed at 5'6".
Then she's not my size. I'm 3 inches taller than she is.
Which is about 3 inches taller than you are. Here you go, rounding up, lying about your height again. Now, you're lucky no one sees you standing up when we do this job, so no one can actually fact check you there.
I'm only thinking, I don't look that teeny amongst, like, if I go play golf with the Texas Cheaters, is that what I look like on the golf course? I mean, compared to them, I can't. There's no way.
You're that size. You're not that good of an athlete.
No, well,
from a height standpoint, yeah, maybe you look like Rory Harmon out there.
Well, again, with the girls, I'm probably getting 5 rebounds a game.
Okay.
With the guys, I'm getting 2. But with those girls, I'm getting 5.
Well, if you had to box out Rory Harmon, maybe you could get 1 or 2 boards per game, but that's about it. If you have to go with the trees, even in the women's game, there's no chance you're getting 5 boards a night. Come on, man.
I'm averaging 5 a night in the women's game right now, today.
I would love to test that. We got to reach out to Vic Schaefer here and see if we can make that happen.
Let me go over to a practice.
Yeah, get you out there for a practice, just like a little scrimmage to see how you do on the glass against the 4th-ranked Texas women's team. That'd be epic.
Yeah, I get 5. I'll get 2 loose balls easy.
Yeah, you could be playing for 3 hours and you're not getting 5 rebounds, my friend. But you're right. Rory Harmon, the star of the night, 11 points, 5 assists, 6 steals. You mentioned it. She became the Longhorns' all-time leader in steals. She already holds the school record for assists in a career. She set that earlier in the season. But last night, she got the steals record, too. I mean, she's fantastic. She's so good. 5th-year seniors meant so much to this program, and LSU just had no answers for her. And that was the biggest difference between the game in Baton Rouge between these two teams and last night's game. Rory Harmon got benched in the 4th quarter at LSU.
That's right.
2 points, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. I mean, she was a non-factor in that game. And again, Vic Schaefer literally sat her down. That does not happen to a player like Rory Harmon very often.
No.
You could tell she was extra motivated to bounce back after what happened the last time those two teams played.
There's no doubt. She was definitely motivated. She was fired up from the get, too. She was ready to go.
She was. Yeah, it was great to see. So Texas 77, LSU 64.
Must have been a heck of a crowd because it was loud on TV. That thing was sparked up early.
Incredible crowd. Sellout at the Mood. And you're right. I mean, the crowd was going nuts all game long, and they deserve it. They really do. I mean, look, when Vic Schaefer took over, Texas wasn't getting those types of crowds.
No.
At the Irwin Center at the time. And obviously, he's built that team into a perennial winner. I made the Final Four last year for the first time since 2003. I mean, they've been 1 seeds. They've been 2 seeds. They've won conference championships. I mean, they deserve the love and support that they're getting. And it's great to see all of his hard work, but the entire coaching staff and obviously all the young women, too, who go out there and give their blood, sweat, and tears every night. It's great that obviously they're being rewarded by wins, but also this fan base is showing them all the love that they deserve because they definitely do deserve it.
Yeah, that was an outstanding crowd. That was an 8 o'clock game.
8 o'clock game on a school night.
Yeah, they were there. That was cool to see.
It was.
And my girl Kim Mulkey, she looked tired and worn out.
That's what going up against Texas will do to you.
Yeah, that outfit was not that bell-bottom looking. That wasn't that cool.
Not a fan of the Kim Mulkey fit?
No, give me some sparkle, will you?
A lot of flowers.
Yeah.
Very floral design, right? Not a lot of gold, no purple.
She got a little twist to that shake. She got a little shake to that. Remember I told you last time there was not much shake? She got it going on today, though. Look at that.
She got
a little shake going on. She heard me giving her the criticism about just walking, just like she was going to walk the plank. She wasn't walking the plank right there. She was going down the runway.
Oh, she was ready for that, huh? She knew the cameras were on her?
Yeah, but the outfit was no.
It was
I
sort
think
of an
I
all
think she's gonna
denim.
go.
You've got the blue
She's
blazer and the blue
yeah.
pants,
What is
floral
this going
pattern.
cowgirl? Come to Texas, act like a cowgirl or something?
I don't know.
That's not. You need to be sparkly coming in here.
Okay, so you're not impressed with Coach Mulkey's outfit last night.
No, and she looked tired. She looked a little tired in the face. They showed
Did
some
you?
close-ups. She looked a little tired.
Ooh, that feels like not a good thing to say about a woman.
Sorry.
Are
That's the
you?
only thing I could say. I didn't say anything about wrinkles or any of that other stuff, but she just looked
You
tired.
just did.
What?
She looks tired in the face. She's got wrinkles. Her outfit was horrible. Come on, man.
No, she was not impressive last night.
Well, her team wasn't impressive in the fourth quarter last night.
No.
I could tell
That's
you
a good
that.
team. Boy, is this gonna be a battle in the
Yeah,
SEC.
we'll see if we
Wow.
get a third meeting. Obviously, they could meet again in the SEC tournament. Heck, we could get 4 meetings between these two teams with the NCAA tournament as well.
But the number one team is
spectacular
still
theater.
South Carolina. Those dudes are still number one, right, in the conference?
Yes. I mean, UConn's number one, or no, South Carolina's number one in the SEC. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So, I mean, it's a log jam of teams at the top of the SEC standings. And look, that was a huge win for Texas because a loss would have been their third in league play. I think if Texas lost last night, their odds of winning the conference, at least the regular season championship, would have fallen to like 7%.
Yeah.
So they needed a dub. Now LSU suffered its third loss in SEC play. So Texas,
I think they got to play South Carolina yet, LSU.
right, that game next Saturday, those two teams will meet. But yeah, South Carolina atop the conference right now at 9-1. You've got Tennessee, who the Longhorns will play next week at 7-1. Vanderbilt 8-2, Texas 7-2. So there's your top 4 in the standings right now. And again, I mean, the Longhorns, they got to keep winning. They obviously need South Carolina to lose to somebody. I know Texas can beat Tennessee and hand them a second loss, but the Longhorns have already played South Carolina twice this year, but once in conference play, and that was a loss for the Horns. So Texas probably has to run the table, and they need some help from around the league to win this league. But man, the SEC is incredibly talented and incredibly deep.
Is.
And look, I mean, Texas, no rest for the weary. I mean, you just beat number 10 Oklahoma over the weekend. Last night, you beat number 5 LSU. How about 3 more games against ranked teams coming up? Next game, number 16 Kentucky is in town on Monday. Then at number 7 Vandy and at number 19 Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's the next 3 for the Horns. So, they, obviously you're happy about last night's win. You celebrate that. That was fun, but you got to get right back on the wagon for some really, really tough games.
Yes, you do.
Let's let you
hear.
Boy,
they showed their depth last night, but they had a lot of people come off that bench and play really, really well.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. I mean, Aaliyah Crump, we talked about Rory Harmon being a huge difference from game 1 to game 2. Aaliyah Crump did not play in the loss in Baton Rouge. She was injured, and she's back into the lineup. 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting off the bench. Also added 5 rebounds in just 24 minutes. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Buck, you talked about the importance of Texas making their threes in this game. The Longhorns shot 50% from deep, and Aaliyah Crump was the biggest reason why. She is a difference maker. I mean, we're talking about a freshman, but we're also talking about a top 5 recruit in the nation coming out of high school, and just having her back, 4 games since she returned from her injury. It's a totally different Texas offense with her on.
Yeah, it really helps depth-wise. I mean, she can come in at any time for anybody, which is great to see. And she comes in and she's ready to go. It doesn't take her a few minutes to get going. She gets going immediately. I mean, she hits those boards and she plays really good defense. I mean, that's what you need. You need somebody who comes off the bench and does things right off the bat. They don't wait around. It takes them 2 or 3 minutes to get into it. No, she gets into the flow pretty quickly.
She does. Sid Berry had a great game off the bench, 10 points, 4 of 4 shooting for her.
Yeah, the bench was fantastic last night.
It was. Yeah, Texas was getting contributions from everybody, again, on both ends of the floor. Here's Vic Schaefer talking about his team's gritty performance in the W over LSU.
What a battle. I mean, an absolute war. What an incredible effort by our team tonight. I just, man, was that number 22? giving God the glory for number 22, but, man, giving God the glory for this group of young ladies. Well, how special they are. They were so tough tonight. I think they really took it upon themselves to be different from the last time we played this team, and I think that team is just playing as good as anybody in the country. And to see us go out there, and you know me, I'm looking at that fourth quarter going, hey, when we're holding people to 11 points, especially a team like that's averaging 90-something points a game, man, you're playing your guts out. Like, this team played their heart out tonight, y'all. And that atmosphere, unbelievable. Our fans, the atmosphere that was in that building tonight, I mean, just really special. And our kids deserve it, y'all. They worked so hard. But they played the way they know I want them to play. They were tough tonight. They didn't get out toughed. They really answered the bell.
Yeah, he's for sure they didn't get out toughed. I mean, that LSU's got a physical group, and they hung right there with them when it came to physicality last night, because it was tough inside. Now, it was tough getting inside. I thought the officials did a good job of calling the game, letting the young ladies play, not letting you get away with hacks. But both of those teams they're not hacking teams. They're just good athletes. You know, they get some clean hands on balls and stuff like that. They do a great job of it. They don't come across the arm. It's not like the dudes.
Yeah, there's no virus, no fouling virus for the Texas women, is there?
No, there is not. They play solid defense. They're in front of the offensive players. They don't let them get a shoulder and get around. They do a good. Vic does a good job of teaching the fundamentals of defense to his girls. They look good when it comes to that.
He's a great coach. I mean, those are
you got to earn it. You got to earn it when you come inside too. Boy, you have to earn it, man.
Two elite coaches right there, and two elite teams. I mean, both of those squads that we saw last night are national championship contenders. So
yes,
we might see a part 3 with Texas and LSU before this year is all said and done. But it's pretty cool. I mean, the Longhorns have lost 2 games this year, and the 2 teams that they've lost to, they've also beaten this year. So, with South Carolina, Texas beat South Carolina first and then lost the second game, but obviously roles reversed here. LSU won the first matchup, and then the Longhorns get their revenge. So it's a pretty cool thing that the 2 teams who have beaten you have also beaten this year. So no one really has any bragging rights over this Texas women's basketball team right now.
No doubt.
We'll see if that continues. All right. We'll take your thoughts. The Coda text line, 512-222-9328. You can call into the show as well. There's a link in the YouTube comments if you want to chime in.
Don't be afraid to call us.
Don't be afraid to call us. I mean, it seems like the people have spoken. We got complaints for the last few years about, oh, you guys don't take any calls. What's the deal? We want to be a part of the show. And then here we are all of a sudden taking calls and nobody wants to call in.
Almost a week into it and nobody. Yeah, but once again, as I said, more of us and less of them is probably a good thing. But you do have the opportunity.
That's seemingly what they want, and that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people are still getting used to the new schedule of the show, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll get you going next week.
Yeah, the real reason we moved the show back a couple of hours is we wanted people to be at the office so they couldn't call in.
Yeah. Yeah. As if you're doing something at the office anyway.
Yeah, on a Friday, especially.
Oh, on a Friday?
Oh, man. How about Kim Mulkey, Buck? I had a couple of people reach out to me after the game, and they asked if you were
Did she reach out to you? Did she reach for you?
She did not reach out to me. I was hoping she'd reach out to you for some consoling after the loss.
That outfit, I would have told her right away. First of all, if you didn't come in glittery enough, came in too casual.
Oh,
cowgirl.
That's why they lost.
Got to be sparkly and shiny coming in here and into the mood. You can't be walking in here like that, like it's the rodeo.
We got a little sound.
Uh-oh.
From Coach Mulkey's post-game presser. Here's a little back and forth with Kirk Bohls. And I'm curious if you think Kirk Bohls is trying to take your lady here. Is there something maybe going on between Kirk and Kim? Here's a moment at the press conference last night.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
You hold down Madison and Rory 10 for 35. I don't imagine you
The
figure.
bench.
Yes.
Their bench.
Yes. When if you could elaborate on
you,
that.
but didn't Madison shoot it over 20 times, didn't she? Rory shot it almost 14 times. We did fine on those guys. I just thought their bench, correct me if I'm wrong, did they score like 64% of what they scored? So their bench was very, very good. I mean, Sid Berry didn't miss a shot. Crump scores double figures. So their bench was very good tonight.
Look at that voice. Isn't that a sweet sounding voice? That's like music to your ears to hear her voice, wasn't it?
It's like nails on a chalkboard. You know, I don't know there. I mean, usually when you ask a press conference question, you don't say, hey to the coach, right? You just kind of ask the question. But Kurt
or you say coach. Or you say coach.
Hey, Kim.
Hi. Kim. What do you mean, hey, Kim?
Hey,
What's
Kim.
that all about?
Hi. It's a back and forth, and then, Kim interrupts. Kirk answers the question. It's like they're finishing each other's sentences already.
I don't like that. I'm not liking that at all.
That could have been you. All you had to do was go to the game, and you could have had that moment with Coach.
I'm glad I didn't, because she would have yelled at me probably, because as she looked a little tired last night. She looked fatigued, like she's been playing in a couple tough ball games. Vic's a dude. You can't tell if he's tired or not.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. Dudes, ladies, you can tell if they're tired. Dudes, you can't tired. They always look tired.
Oh, that's the difference. We always look tired,
Vic
and women
always
usually
looks tired.
don't.
When I see Vic, he always looks tired. She's generally sparkly and lively, and no, she wasn't happy about letting the bench players get it done. She felt like she sounded like she thought she won the game or something.
I don't know. I mean, look, Rory Harmon and Maddie Booker, they did combine for 29 points, which is good for Texas, but they also shot 10 of 35, which is good for LSU. So the difference in the ball game was the bench. I mean, she's right. Yeah. Sid Berry giving 10, Aaliyah Crump getting 16. I mean, the Texas bench outplayed the LSU bench, and you could tell the Tigers made it a point of emphasis to try to make life hard for Booker and Rory. And they did a decent job of that. Those girls still got theirs because they're elite players.
Well, they let Booker get off really early in the game. I mean, like the first 3 shots was, like I said, they were contested shots. She wasn't like sitting alone and somebody found her open. Somebody was on her. She made those shots.
Right. No, she's a stud. She's an absolute stud. So there you go. One more bit of sound here from the women's game. Rory Harmon making history last night, coming to school's all-time steals leader. Here's her post-game on-court interview with Holly Rowe.
Got hit in the face again tonight. No, your face looks fine, Rory, but you are continuing to make the difference. Smallest player on the floor, biggest difference. How do you keep doing it?
I just have a big heart. I know I'm really small, but I think that just makes me work harder for those balls. So I had the assignment, and I take that assignment really personal. So I'm just glad we got the dub. We played the dub today, and we played really hard.
You did take this personal tonight. The last time you faced LSU, you didn't play in the fourth quarter. Tonight, you dominated the fourth quarter. How did you decide to make that happen?
Yeah, that's the difference right there. I can't let that happen again. My team needs me to do right, run the team, run the offense, and play good defense. So I feel like I did that today.
You get a standing ovation when you set a record that has stood since 1980. What does that mean to you to be in the record books and have them love you for it?
Honestly, I'm really speechless to be the all-time assist leader and the steals leader. That's just a really big deal to me with the tradition here at Texas. I'm just really honored to be in that position.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She says, I know I'm really small. Don't ever admit to that. Don't. No. You're the biggest person on the court. That's how I feel. I always feel 6 feet tall. I do. Yes, I'm 5'9", with a little bit of change on top of it.
All right, Kyler Murray. Diego Pavia.
No. Charlie Strong.
Yeah, Charlie Strong could bench you with one hand.
No, dude. Remember, I've been around him for a long time, even before he got to Texas when he's in Florida State. I've been around Charlie.
And you think you're taller than him?
I don't think I'm taller than Charlie Strong. I know I'm taller, unless he uses that finger and he puts it down on the ground and he stands, he gets up about another 6 or 7 inches.
Well, you have said that you could, eat a 5-course meal off of Charlie Strong's head?
I could easily. Not Shaka. Shaka went to the fro, so I couldn't get the plates to stand on his head.
Yeah, it's hard
Charlie,
to balance
for
all the
sure.
hair now.
Charlie comes to about my chin.
Interesting. All right, we got to test
He's a
that.
He's a little fella.
We'll see if those guys are open to doing that.
Yeah.
Hey, we'd love to have you on the show to see if Bucky could eat a 5-course dinner off of your lid. You okay? You in on that?
I'm in on that. Sounds good.
Oh, I'm sure you're in on that. They won't be.
Let's do it during the lentil season. I can have go to Mickey D's and get my fish sandwich and put it on top of his head.
Oh, that's the 5-course meal you're talking about? The McDonald's fillet of fish? Yeah.
Fillet of fish and fries on his head.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So congrats to the Texas women. What a win last night. What a crowd last night.
Great crowd.
For the Longhorns keeping their SEC championship hopes alive. That's the 4th top 10 win of the year for Texas women's hoops. That's more than any team in the country. Sounds like football a little bit. All right. Speaking of football, let's shift gears here. Super Bowl 60 just 2 days away. We'll talk about the game, also some fun props, also watch party do's and don'ts.
Yes, please.
That's all coming up. But first, how about a few sponsor shout outs?
To our friends over at Relax the Back, folks. I love Relax the Back. I have got the comfort that I've been needing for over 20 years, 25 years now from our friends at Relax the Back. I wouldn't survive without this chair. I couldn't just sit even forget 2 hours. I couldn't sit for 20 minutes in a chair that didn't have the support for my thoracic back where I had major surgery. But Relax the Back, I can sit back. I can slide down. It gives me that lumbar area of support that I need too. My shoulders, my neck, my hips. I get it all at Relax the Back, and you can too. If you're suffering from any of those ailments, neck, joint pain in your lumbar area, please head on over to Relax the Back. They'll have a chair, they'll have a bed, they'll have a pillow just for you, or they'll have an accessory that's going to fit you or somebody that you care about that complains about back pain or neck pain. 2 locations. One is in BK's at the Hill Country Galleria across from Whole Foods, and in North Austin at the Gateway Shopping Center across from Container Store. Live pain-free like the Buck at Relax the Back.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of pain-free, how about Altstadt Beer?
Here's pain-free for the weekend.
Oh, my goodness. What a great sports weekend we have coming up. College hoops, college softball, Winter Olympics, and oh, yeah, the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. You need a great beer to accompany all of your sports watching. It's also going to be a beautiful weekend here in Central Texas. So whatever you have going on, if you're staying inside and watching the sports like me, if you're going out, hanging out with friends and family, whatever the occasion, your good times are made better with Altstadt Beer by your side. Brewed locally in Fredericksburg, but available all across the Lone Star State. They have a bunch of different brews, something for every beer drinker out there. The lager, the Kolsch, those are their 2 flagship beers. They are fantastic. They've got a great Hefeweizen as well. They've got an awesome light beer. I'm telling you, something for everyone. And check out the Altstadt Brewery. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, a trip down to Fredericksburg, never a bad idea. Of course, please remember to drink Altstadt responsibly. It is the official beer of BK. It should be the official beer of you as well. It's Altstadt Beer. No impurities, no regrets.
Our good friends over at Sue Patrick since 1975. They had all the collectibles, accessories, Longhorn-themed items, gifts, books, wide variety of men's and women's clothing. And right now, ladies, they've got their spring line of bags in. Valentine's Day gifts are there for you. Lamb's candy right there at Sue Patrick. You can pick up the Lamb's candy if you people know about that. That's the good stuff right there. It all happens at Sue Patrick, 5222 Murnett Road. For more information, go to SuePatrick.com.
Yes, indeed. Love Sue Patrick. Rocking one of their Longhorn lids this morning.
There you go.
So are you. You're also rocking a Texas shirt. You're decked out in your UT gear here on a Friday.
That's right.
I love it. I love it. All right, Buck. Sunday's a bittersweet day. You know, the Super Bowl is pretty cool. Biggest football game of the year. But obviously it's bitter because it is the last football game of the season. And we all know that when it's done, we've got a long way to go before we get to watch any more football.
I've got Peacock ready to go.
You got your TV ready to go?
Yes, I do.
That is great. So let's talk about this game first. You know what? Right off the bat, how about you give the people your gold star lock for Super Bowl 60?
150,000 units on the Seattle Seahawks.
Only 150K?
Yes, because I'm putting 50K on tails.
Okay.
I'm starting off the right way with a 50,000 unit play on tails coming up.
Wow. 50,000 units on a coin.
Hey, 50-50 chance. It doesn't get how much better do you need?
You're right. And then 150,000 units on Seattle minus 4.5.
Where are you getting that half from? Are you throwing that in?
I don't make the rules or the lines.
It'll be 4 at game time. They'll drop the half off.
You don't get that. You get 4.5 for the sake of this show. I'm just letting you know. I want everybody to be clear on what you've got on the line right now.
Well, it's a 10-point win by Seattle.
I was going to say, you were saying earlier this week you thought this would be a double-digit victory, so I don't know why 4 versus 4.5 is throwing you off so much.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm good. I'm good with that. That's plenty. $200,000 unit play on that. That will give you
$200,000? Oh, I didn't realize we're throwing that kind of cash. I thought these were just units here.
Well, I have to talk to my cousin about something too. So, and he will not be. I will be buying the hook away.
All right. So it doesn't sound like you're very confident in your pick. Is what I'm.
No, I like my pick, but I'm still buying a hook just in case.
Just in case. All right. So you were up 200,000 units for the season. So.
Wow.
If you get both of these right, you will have the people in the green. If you get both of these wrong, you'll be even money. And, well, that's like a tie. That's like kissing your sister. That ain't fun.
Yeah. That's going to be – I'm still going to give you – I'm not going to make you a loser. I didn't make you a loser last year. I'm going to make it so you feel good about it. You're going to double your money here this weekend.
I like it. All right. Why are you so confident in Seattle getting the job done?
Well, I just don't. I think the turnovers that I've seen from New England the last couple of games are just they're going to hurt. Drake May not taking care of the ball in the pocket. I think he'll have 2 picks in that game. I think he'll throw 2 picks in the game. I think this defense will get all over him. I just don't know if Seattle can run the ball a little bit against that Patriot defense, which, boy, are they playing good against the run. But if they run the ball just a little bit, if they get 120 some yards, maybe BK, I think that's going to be that bode well for them to win by double digits because I think they'll throw on the Patriots defense. They're going to play. They're going to try to play some man-to-man against Seattle because they just still don't believe in Sam Darnold. But I think Sam Darnold will eat them alive if they go a lot of man-to-man throwing the football. I think, but they still have to get the run game going. And New England and Seattle will play a lot of 2 deep covers. Because they want to make sure that Drake May doesn't take off and run. He doesn't get out of the pocket. So they'll have guys close to the line of scrimmage. And there's not a lot of fear in New England wide receivers, I don't believe.
Not worried about Stephon Diggs?
Or about that old dude.
One of the prop bets that you can put money on.
He needs to get to, I don't know if it's home or to the apartment or whatever, and take care of that new baby if he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of the things you can bet on in this game is whether or not Stephon Diggs will propose to Cardi B after the game.
No, he needs to just go ahead and do baby diapers and all that kind of stuff. He needs to get to that. He's had a couple months since that baby was born. He hadn't had to do much but play football. It's time to get to work. Dad.
It's interesting. You talk about the run game, right? These are 2 top 4 run defenses in the NFL. Seattle's a little bit banged up, right? Zach Charbonnet is out. He will not play in this game. Now, Kenneth Walker, their number 1 tailback, is healthy. He's fine. He's a very, very solid player. But I'm curious if either of these teams is going to be able to run the ball super effectively because neither team has given up a lot of rushing yards this season. So who's able to control the game? I think this is a low-scoring defensive struggle. I really do. The total right now is at about 45.5, 46.
Seems high.
I think that's pretty low, just generally speaking. But for this game, I agree with you. Like, I think that's too high. I think we're talking about like a 24-17 kind of game here. At the most, I could see something like 20-13 or 21-14, whatever. But I don't trust either of these offenses enough to think that they're going to be able to have their way with what have been 2 of the best defenses in the league all season long.
Yeah, I think Walker's going to be the MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not worried about Seattle being able to run the football.
I'm worried, but if they do run it and they run it well enough, I think he'll have a big game because, like I said, if they are able to run, he will have a huge game. He'll be the guy. He'll be the guy scoring touchdowns.
Of course, if they're able to run, the number one running back is going to have a big game.
Yeah, I said 120. If that guy rushes for 120 himself, 130, look out.
Well, the Patriots give up 97 rushing yards per game as a team, so that would be a really good night for Kenneth.
And they've been very consistent, even in the playoffs, of stopping running backs. I mean, that front four there is stout. So
here's what I'm worried about from blowout standpoint. You're saying this is going to be a double-digit victory. I feel like a lot of people out there are saying this is going to be easy for Seattle. I think this is going to be a close, entertaining game. I think it's far from the sexiest Super Bowl matchup that we've had.
Right.
But neither of these teams get blown out. I mean, both of them have 3 losses this year, which is pretty impressive in itself. All 3 of the Pats' losses have been by 1 score. Seattle's 3 losses have been by a combined 9 points. Their largest margin of defeat this year is 4. So neither of these teams get blown. That's almost more impressive than having the records that they do, is the fact that, like, neither of them were ever bad enough. They both played 20 games to this point to where they just got absolutely blown out on any Sunday. That is hard to do. So I think we're going to get a 1-possession game. I don't know if it's going to be as epic as the last time these two teams met in the Super Bowl, where it literally came down to the final minute. But I don't think either of these teams is going to just run away and hide from the other.
I mean, if it does, it's a late score, fourth quarters. Somebody turns the ball over, somebody gets a pick six, somebody fumbles the ball, they get the ball in the scoring zone, something like that, because one of the other teams is struggling and they're going to try to drop back, and somebody's going to come in unprotected and strip the ball away from Drake May.
Well, turnovers will be key. Special teams will also be key. I mean, Seattle is the best special teams team in football. They've got the lifetime Longhorn Michael Dixon at punter. He's one of the best in the game. Rashid Shaheed, the trade deadline pickup. I mean, he had a kick return touchdown on the first play in the San Francisco game in the divisional round. They've got a good kicker. The Patriots have Marcus Jones, who's an elite punt returner. But just top to bottom, Seattle special teams has been elite. And New England, I saw this interesting stat. They have been one of the worst teams in football at defending kickoffs and punts. So if I'm Mike Vrabel, I am kicking it through the end zone. I don't care about the extra yards that you give up on a touchback. I am not letting Rashid Shaheed beat me. You do not want to lose. Look, we saw it in the college national championship, how special teams can make a difference. You do not want that to be what cost your team a Super Bowl. You've come too far to allow that weakness to rear its ugly head at the worst possible time.
There is no doubt about it. This is the game where you got to be playing on all cylinders. Everything has to work. It doesn't have to work perfectly, but you can't have one section of those 3 things that special teams, offense, or defense, that is playing really, really bad. You can have a couple errors, but you can't have a bunch of them. This is how you lose these games. And in special teams, this is how you really lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, these teams typically don't beat themselves.
No.
And Mike Vrabel last night was named Coach of the Year. Mike McDonald was the 3rd place finisher for Coach of the Year. I mean, both of these guys have done tremendous, tremendous jobs. Obviously, the Patriots were a 4-13 team a season ago, and then here they are in the Super Bowl again. And Mike McDonald, I'll give him a lot of credit. I'll also give John Schneider, the Seahawks GM, a ton of credit, because that is a complete roster that they have been able to put together. And obviously Sam Darnold was the missing piece. Great move bringing him in. Talked about the Shaheed pickup at the deadline. They signed DeMarcus Lawrence, the former Cowboy, this past offseason in free agency. I mean, they have just pretty much pressed every right button. He's had the Midas touch when it comes to putting that team together. That is a complete roster that they have.
Well, it certainly is. In defense, in the secondary, every part of it, the wide receivers. I mean, getting Cooper Kupp, the guy who's already won a Super Bowl MVP, this late in the year, getting him and having a healthy Cooper Kupp around, he'll make a bunch of catches in this game, BK. Some of those 3rd down plays that, you're thinking, and Jigba's going to make. But watch Cooper Kupp be sitting in some zone, 1st down, move the chains. That's what it's all about now.
Yeah, I could see that happening too. He's been a great player. Obviously had a huge game against his former team in the NFC Championship. I wonder about the Patriots offense. like they have been horrible in the playoffs. They were really good in the regular season. I mean, you don't have the record that they had if you're not good on offense. But their last two games, the win against Houston, obviously the AFC Championship against Denver, those are their two worst offensive performances of the year. And not just like, oh, it's bad by New England standards. Like, no, these would be bad by Raiders standards.
Yes.
How bad they've been on offense. I mean, success rate, EPA per drive, the point stats, the yard stats, nothing looks good. And Drake May, who was one vote away from winning MVP last night, I mean, he obviously had a fantastic regular season. He's been horrible in these playoffs. Weather may be a factor. I get it, but he has not been good at all. He's taken the second most sacks for any quarterback in the playoffs in the last 25 years. Some of that's on the offensive line, but some of it's just on him holding on to the ball for too long. How about this stat? In the last 10 years, there have been 32 examples of a quarterback making 3 or more postseason starts in a given year. Among that sample, Drake May ranks dead last in both EPA per pass play and success rate for any quarterback. He has been historically bad, and he's going up against a historically good defense.
And you know who's got it going on right now? DeMarcus Lawrence for Seattle. That guy
and Byron Murphy, the lifetime Longhorn.
Yeah, that dude is on fire out there wide, coming off the edge right now.
So the Seahawks defense is elite. I mean, it's right there with Houston.
Yes.
It's better than Denver's. And again, I know weather's a factor, but my goodness, Drake May has been a shell of himself. And the Patriots had maybe the easiest regular season schedule in the entire NFL. They took advantage of it. More power to them. But obviously in the playoffs, you play much tougher teams. And that defense has held up. They've been perfectly fine. But the offense they have not been able to make the jump against the competition that they've gone up
And they
against.
definitely haven't made the jump in the playoffs.
That's what I mean.
They just didn't buy. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that changes in a week. I think they get after Drake May. They're going to come at him with everything.
And
they can play man to man. They can play. They got to be able to feel like they can go man to man coverage in their secondary if they do want to bring some pressure. But they've got to worry about that dude escaping on them. I'm telling you that whole man to man stuff. You got your back turned on Drake May. He'll do anything he can to win this game.
Of course.
So he's liable to just take off an awful lot. But those guys do hit in this secondary too. They may be willing to give up a little something to hit this guy. And he's got a bad left shoulder right now.
Yeah.
And it is the Super Bowl.
It is the Super Bowl. Yeah, Drake May's rushing prop over under 38.5 rushing yards for him. What do you think?
I'm going to say under.
Okay. I mean, I could see this almost being like an Arch Manning situation or a Sam Ehlinger situation where the quarterback is the team's leading rusher. Because New England has not gotten a ton from Ramondre Stevenson in this postseason.
Yeah, and if he doesn't play well early, you can count on him to drop the ball eventually. If he doesn't have, Stevenson, what he'll do is he'll get overexcited, BK. When he gets stuffed a couple times, he'll then try to give you that extra spin, and that's when the ball comes out with him. And they're just not playing the other kid that much because because he's young, because he's a rookie. I think that's nuts.
Henderson, out of Ohio State. Yeah, I mean, they just haven't had a bunch of success on the ground, especially in these playoffs. So I think you need that. I don't think you want to put the ball in Drake May's hands against Seattle's incredible pass defense.
No.
So we'll see. Well, but I could see Drake May having to basically put the team on his back to win this game. I think if you're picking New England to win this game, I think a bet on the Patriots is a bet on Sam Darnold turning into a pumpkin.
Absolutely.
Like, the Seahawks have better running backs. They have better receivers. They have a better offensive line. The defenses are close. They're both elite, but statistically, Seattle has a better defense.
Yes.
Special teams is better for Seattle. Like, if you think New England's going to win this game, you think Sam Darnold is going to resort to early career Sam Darnold at the worst possible time.
I just think he's had back-to-back seasons of taking a team and doing some really good things. With Minnesota, he did great things until he got to the playoffs. And I think this year just shows you. I mean, they dominated a bunch of teams, and they're playing their best ball right now.
They are. And Sam Darnold had an incredible game against the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Right.
So if he could pick up where he left off, then there's no problem for the Seahawks. They should roll to a victory. But, you know, we are talking about a guy who had a 7-week stretch towards the end of the regular season where he had 10 turnovers. I mean, he had 14 interceptions this season. Like, he has been a turnover-prone player this year. Like, obviously not just early on in his career when everybody labeled him a bust, but there were times this year where he just wasn't great at protecting the football.
And I think a lot of people thought when he came up with that pectoral muscle deal that, okay, he's now going to not be effective. He's going to go in and throw a couple picks. They'll have to bring in another quarterback, and we'll get the regular Sam Darnold. But he's fought through this injury, and there's no sign of him not being able to throw the ball well. I mean, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well,
Yeah. Well, he didn't have to do much in their first playoff game against the 49ers. I mean, that was just a total team domination. And again, against the Rams, he was great. But this is obviously, and it's the biggest game that any of these guys have played in. Thanks, Captain Obvious. But if you are picking the Patriots to win, you think their defense is going to make life miserable for Sam Darnold, and he is going to make some mistakes that cost his team the game.
Yeah, and that's why you're thinking low-scoring game too, as you said.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be grinded out. They got a decent enough running game. But I think if there's going to be big plays, it'll come from Seattle, the big plays offensively.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm going with Seattle as well in this game. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. So I do think they are going to cover. Yeah. Look, I think we'll get a more entertaining Super Bowl than the one we got last year, which was pretty much over at halftime between the Eagles and the Chiefs. But I sort of feel the same way about this year's game that I did last year's game. Like, I picked the Eagles to win and cover a year ago. And it's just like, I know, the Chiefs have a great quarterback, and I know they've got a great coach, but I just look up and down at the entire roster, and Philadelphia is like clearly better than Kansas City.
Right.
Clearly better. And it showed out that way. And that's sort of where I'm at. Like, you can make a case. Drake May had a better season than Sam Darnold did. You can make a case he's the better quarterback. I would make the case that Mike Vrabel's a better coach than Mike McDonald. But I just look up and down the entire team, and I just think Seattle is significantly better.
Yeah, I think they're, it's close on defense, but I think they're just a little bit better than the Patriots defensively, and especially when it comes to getting after the quarterback.
Yeah. So I think
Patriots they look more like run stoppers to me. That defensive line. They're not, like I said, if Seattle does have some success on the ground, it's going to make it even easier for them, which Captain Obvious again, but it will. And I don't expect to have big holes, but they've got a runner that this is the type of game that you need, the type of runner that they have right now. Walker, this is just what you need. And especially in a game, I think that, as I said, going to be a low scoring game. Those touchdowns are going to be hard to come by, but he's the kind of guy you need down near the goal line. I don't know if New England has that.
There is a Super Bowl prop that you could bet on. Will Seattle have a pass attempt from the 1-yard line? Yes or no?
Oh, hell no.
That's just mean. Oh, you think they've learned from their mistake?
That's just no chance.
So does Vegas. Yes is plus 550. No is 1,000 for that one. Yeah, that would be a disaster.
1,000 to win a hundy?
Bet 1,000 to win a hundy. Yep.
Oh, that would hurt. Even when you won that would hurt.
Yeah. Well, nothing hurts about winning a bet.
Yeah, your heart would be thumping throughout the whole entire game. You'd be like so nervous.
I would just pray that they never get to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Right, score all your touchdowns from the 2 or the 3.
Man.
I'll take any chances. All right, we'll take your thoughts. I'm going Seattle 24-17. Again, I don't think this is a blowout. I think it's a one-score game, but I think the Seahawks are the significantly better side, and I think they will get some revenge for Super Bowl 46, 49, whatever it was.
Yeah, like 27-17.
27-17. All right, so both of us going with the Seahawks. Super Bowl 49. Crazy that it's been 11 years. My God, that game feels like it was yesterday. All right, we'll take your thoughts. Who do you have in Super Bowl 60, Seahawks or Patriots? We'll continue the Super Bowl conversation. We've got some prop bets. We also have Super Bowl watch party do's and don'ts.
Dude, there are some do's and don'ts at the party.
There are some do's and don'ts for those of you who will be making your way to a friend's house or a family member's place, whatever. Some rules that you need to follow. We'll get to those in a moment. But first, how about a few more sponsor shout outs?
Folks, if you're seeking specialized patient-focused orthopedic care, please contact the experts at Texas Orthopedics. Their physicians offer comprehensive surgical and non-surgical orthopedic care for children and adults, spinal care, sports medicine, trauma care, joint replacement. So if those ankles have been bothering you and you think maybe I need to get surgery, call in the folks at Texas Orthopedics. Dr. Danny, Dr. Stockton, dedicated orthopedic surgeons there. Their goal is to get you into good health and the great quality of life that you deserve. Texas Orthopedics is the largest independent orthopedic practice in the state of Texas. For more information, go to txortho.com.
Yes, indeed. Love Texas Orthopedics. Also love audio-visual consultations.
Yes, sir.
I talked about it earlier. What an incredible time on the sports calendar. Yeah, football season is wrapping up on Sunday, but the sports never stop. College baseball back next week. College softball has returned. March Madness right around the corner. The Olympics are here. What else do we have? We've got the World Cup.
We got golf
later this year. Obviously, golf is back as well. Major League Baseball will be here before you know it. And then the NHL and NBA playoffs. So many great sports happenings wintertime into the spring. You need to have the TV set up to watch everything. Like I do. I've got the 4 TVs set up in the other room. 4 65-inch screens on one wall. I don't miss a second of the action. Buck has the 85-inch TV screen at his place. Size matters when it comes to your television. AV Consultations knows that. They can get you a big screen. How about a 150-inch projection?
Yeah, they make them bigger. Yes, indeed.
And you can double up what the Buck has if you want. They do surround sound speakers. They do whole home lighting. They do surveillance cameras. They do everything. And this is not a buy a TV and some speakers and then ask AV Consultations to hook them up. No, you're wasting time and you're wasting money. This is call Tom McKay and his crew right off the bat, and they will take care of everything from start to finish. Plus, their customer service is second to none. Again, all you have to do is give them a call. 512-255-8678. Find them online, avconsultations.com.
And our friends at Woods Comfort Systems, that air conditioning could crank on today. We get up to 80 degrees. That baby may cut on. Hopefully it's going to cut on and give you the cool air that you need right now. But also during the course of the next couple of weeks, when it gets to be a little bit colder, you want the heater to work properly. Call on Woods Comfort Systems to make sure, folks. They've been doing it for close to 70 years in Central Texas. They take care of heating, air conditioning, and they also do plumbing. Your indoor and outdoor plumbing, if you have a problem, please don't try to do it yourself. Don't get out there with the wrench and start screwing things up. Call on Woods Comfort Systems. As I said, close to 70 years in Central Texas. Woods Comfort Systems, nobody does it better.
No, woodscomfortsystems.com is their website for more information, or give them a call, 512-842-5066. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on Bucky and BK. All right, Buck. Oh, quick shout out here to the Hecht Law Firm, Ryan Hurricane Hecht.
Oh, yeah.
My friend, your friend, my personal injury attorney, your personal injury attorney, the people's personal injury attorney. You know, we talk about being a show of the people and a show for the people. That's what Hurricane Hecht is all about. You know, it's funny. You see all these jabronis on TV standing on top of cars with sledgehammers.
Helicopters waiting for them.
Helicopters waiting for them. They're hosting podcasts with little girls. They're holding up a bunch of weird numbers, flashing gang signs. I don't know what they're doing. But, you know, if you listen close, those commercials say, one of our attorneys will work with you. You contact us, one of our team of attorneys will work with you. And you listen close.
You're not special enough.
You're not special enough to get to work with car standing guy. You're not special enough to get to work with number holding guy. You got to work with some scrub.
Yes.
When you call the Hecht Law Firm, you get to work with Hurricane Hecht. He's not going to pawn you off on anybody. He is going to be there every step of the way. I know that he's been a friend of mine for more than a decade. He's been fighting for justice and big results in Central Texas for more than a decade as well. So if something happens to you or somebody you love, don't entrust someone from a team. Go with the guy whose name is on the firm, Ryan Hurricane Hecht, 512-938-8929. Find out more online, hechtlawfirm.com.
Sweet.
All right. Buck, you and I have done a lot of segments together. We've talked about a lot of things together on this show. There is nothing that I have ever said and nothing that I ever will say that is more important than what I'm about to lay out right now.
Okay.
Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday, which means Super Bowl watch parties are coming up on Sunday. Now, I know how you roll. You typically stay at home, right?
Yes.
You watch the game with your wife on your couch.
Devil
It's all
eggs
good.
back in the day.
What's that?
Devil eggs back in the day.
You don't do that anymore?
It's been, I've been married now for 7 years. It's not a theme like it used to be. It used to be a theme.
So you'll actually be watching the Bad Bunny halftime show instead of doing your own halftime entertainment.
Probably. I want to see what this guy, I'm not a fan. I don't know about his music. I'd like to see. I know people are up in arms. Some people very, this is politicized, every halftime show is always, there's something that people don't like or like about it. I like to see what it is. If I like the beat and I like the music, I don't know. I don't have anything by Bad Bunny. I don't have anything on my music play by him. So I'd like to see. I'm not going to criticize the guy unless he comes out naked or something.
We have seen that at a Super Bowl halftime show before.
Oh, we saw a breasticle.
We did see a breasticle. Now, I guess J-Lo didn't come out naked. She was stripped naked by Justin Timberlake at the end of her performance.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, I got to catch some of it. I'm not going to miss it because I'll come, have a commentary about what I thought of the beat, the music. I don't know the words anyway. Plus, I speak a little Spanish, but this Puerto Rican dude is going to be doing a lot of stuff in Spanish, so I won't understand. The beat is the beat, brother. That's all I'll say.
I think the entire show may be in Spanish.
Really?
So good luck with that.
Wow.
Maybe brush up on your Duolingo over these next couple of days.
Yeah.
A little Rosetta Stone. And I said J-Lo. Sorry, it was Janet Jackson who exposed a breasticle. Thank you all for chiming in on that. My apologies there. So you'll be watching at home. No Bad Bunny on your music play. I love that you said it like that. That is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah,
but a lot of people, myself included, I will be going to a Super Bowl watch party on Sunday, right? If it's a game that I truly care about, if the Cowboys are involved, if the Chiefs are involved, I typically stay at home. But if it's two teams that I don't really care who wins, I just kind of hope for a good game, then all right, fine. I will grace the people with my presence.
Very nice. Well done by you.
So these are tips that I will be following. And I know there are some people tuned in right now who will be attending the Super Bowl party that I am at Sunday night. But this is not just for y'all. This is for everybody listening to the sound of my voice right now. We've got Super Bowl watch parties, do's and don'ts. Some advice for those of you potentially attending one of these for the first time, or just a refresher for those of you who do this every year.
Okay.
The list of do's is incredibly small. So we're just going to go with the list of what you don't do. Don't stand up and block everyone's view during a big moment.
Oh, geez. Or you're the only one standing in front of the TV?
I hate this at a game in person. I hate it even more on TV, right? You'll see the quarterback drop back and take a deep shot down the field, and it's like, oh, I have to stand up so I could see this better. No, don't stand up in the middle of a play, because odds are there is somebody behind you trying to watch, and all of a sudden, they can't see. Sit down on the couch, on the chair. Don't stand during the play.
Okay, that's good. That's one.
I don't care if you have $100 on a certain guy scoring a touchdown. Doesn't matter. Don't block the screen.
Well, I had to the year. I was home and Devin Hester returned that kickoff for like 50-1. And I had $50 on it. That was awesome.
You can stand up and celebrate after the touchdown. That's fine. If you want to celebrate after somebody scores, after a play is done, be my guest. This is not.
I had the ball under my arm with Devin Hester. What are you talking about? Stand up. I was like going. I was going. It was great. I was at home though. I was not at somebody's party.
Again, if you're at home, you do whatever you want. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's just you and your wife or your husband or your kids, whatever. You do whatever you want. You're the master of your domain.
Yes.
But if you're in public, that's number one. Don't stand up and block the view during big moments.
Okay.
Number two, don't be the guy or gal who before the commercials start. Don't be the right before the commercials start. Okay? We're here for the game. All right? If I want to talk during the commercial break, I could talk during the commercial break. Guess what? You can go to YouTube right now and catch every single commercial.
Yes, you can. Or you'll see it later on the next week anyway.
For the next month. Right?
You're right.
Don't tell me I need to be quiet right before the commercial break starts, please. It's the Super Bowl watch party. It's not a commercial watch party.
That's right. There you go.
So I'm not saying you can't talk during the game. I'm just saying don't be the
Yeah, don't be the shusher. Don't be the shusher.
You are going to make some people very, very mad. There's also one of these, Buck. Every year, and I have some of them in my family too. This is maybe the worst person you could watch a game with. And it's always a girl. I'm sorry to stereotype. How are we going to get, we're not going to get that award if you do this. Hey, men do a lot of bad things too. And men are guilty of most of the things on this list. But there's always a woman who yells, "Get him!" every time someone is running with the football. Get him! Get him! Get him! You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, get him, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Like, whatever team you're rooting for, when they're on defense, you don't have to yell, "Get him," every time.
Yeah, there will always be. There's always a woman who wants to officiate the game, too. As if they've been
That's usually a man who wants to officiate the game, don't you think?
That's special. No, and I'll just say this. You don't have to be the one who brings the green bean casserole that nobody wanted at Thanksgiving, and you think it's going to make a rerun for the Super Bowl. Nobody wanted it at Thanksgiving, and nobody wants it at the Super Bowl party.
So that's a don't for you. Don't bring the green bean casserole.
Don't try to pawn that same one you tried to pawn off to the family. You know what I'm saying? At Thanksgiving, or you weren't with family, but now you're with a bunch of friends that think your green bean casserole is going to work at the Super Bowl party. Don't do it. Leave it at home. It didn't work for Thanksgiving. It won't work for a Super Bowl.
You're right. No, I think it works for Thanksgiving. But there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
Super Bowl watch party is not a green bean casserole kind of occasion.
Well, somebody will try to slide one of those in. One of the
bring your nachos, bring your dips, bring your sliders, bring your wings, your pizza. That's all kosher. Green. I don't want any veggie. Don't bring the veggie tray either.
Are you kidding me?
We don't need that.
Somebody's going to have the veggie tray. There's going to be broccoli with a ranch dip somewhere.
And people will eat it, but I will not eat it.
Oh, boy.
A green bean casserole. So that's another one. Don't be, speaking of veggie trays, speaking of food, something you and I touched on a little bit yesterday. Don't be a double dipper, and don't be the guy or gal who takes food. It's like, let me inspect this wing. Does this look good? Nah, it doesn't look crispy enough. And then you put it back on the tray.
Or me eating it over the tray.
That's all bad.
Yes, that's
bad. Do not double dip. If you want to double dip, scoop some of the dip, put it on your plate, and then boom, you're free to go. And also, don't touch the food and then not grab it. That's an everyday thing. That's not just a Super Bowl thing. Like, come on, show some respect. You know, you're going to be hugging people. You're going to be high-fiving people. You're going to be shaking hands, dapping people up when you walk in.
Yes.
Your hands are not clean.
Yeah, and please wash those filthy hands.
That's
troublesome. I don't care if you carry your own wipes. If you pull out your own wipes, I would be happy about that. It's fine with me.
Hand sanitizer, sure.
Yeah,
that's fine with me too. But don't double dip.
Let me ask you about the etiquette of bathroom. Can I use somebody else's bathroom to go number 2? I'm not that guy. I will go to Starbucks or say I'll be right back or something. I just can't do it.
I mean, that's a personal thing, it sounds like.
Yeah.
You're going to be eating a lot of food.
You. If you can lock the door, you're okay, right?
No, I won't do that. I mean,
okay.
I know where I'm going has a few different bathrooms. So if it gets to that point, I will go to one of the other bathrooms away from the TV. But no, typically I am like you. I do not like to number 2 at somebody else's place. I don't like to do it in public. I'll just go home. Forget a Starbucks. I'm going home to do that. But it's not bad etiquette. You're eating a lot of food. The game lasts like 3 hours plus pregame and halftime. I mean, it's a long day. There's a chance you're going to have to drop a deuce.
I slide out of the place. I'll slid out.
That's fine.
Just say,
if you want to do that, everyone's going to love you. It'll be a little weird.
Will.
It's like, why did you leave and come back? Oh, I had to take the dog out. It's like, okay, whatever you say. I mean, if you do leave, maybe come back with some food. So it's like, oh, I just went to get beer or food or something.
There you go.
So
that's not a bad idea. Should play that off that way. But yeah, that's why I like my own house. That's what I'm saying. I just like to walk down the 18 flights of steps. You know what I'm saying? Get down 18 stories and go to my bathroom, come back. I'm good with that.
It's not 18 flights.
It's 18 stairs.
It's 18 stairs.
Oh, okay. It seems like 18 flights, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't like all those things you're talking about. I don't like somebody standing in front of me. I don't like get 'em, girl. Get 'em. Tackle 'em. I don't like first down guy. No, that's a first down. That's a first down. No, it's not. He didn't get it. He's short.
I don't think these are hot takes, too. Like, at times, look, I'll be self-reflective here. I'm overly critical of people and actions and whatever. I'll admit, I can be a harsh critic. But I don't think anything that I'm mentioning here is out of balance or out of line by any stretch.
So have you been to any of these away games, away Super Bowls at friends where somebody has just gotten drunk? Do they just generally handle themselves, or have you been there with a legitimate drunk? Because we always have one or two of those friends at any occasions. They always indulge in just that extra. Oh, somebody else says, hey, how about a shot? And they go, they know better than to do it, but they do it anyway.
Of course. Have I seen someone get too drunk when watching a football game? Is that the question you're asking me?
At a Super Bowl at a party.
Yeah.
Really?
Of course. And wife has to drive them home. You hope the wife is doing the driving.
Wow.
I get a little nervous when it's a guy's by himself or a gal's by herself and they leave. It's like,
I'm going to another party. You just ran out of Jack Daniels. Sorry.
That may be a thing. All right, couple more on my list here. Greg says, can we get back to more sports? Yeah, we're talking about the Super Bowl, Greg. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate that. More Super Bowl watch party do's and don'ts. Don't talk politics. This is obvious. It's not the place. I don't need to hear your takes on insert any political controversy here. Save that. We're about to have 7 months without football. You got 7 months to do that. Don't mix your politics with my last football game watching, please.
There you go.
Couple more. The coach or the expert who predicts plays. Hey,
come on, Romo.
I was going to say, we had enough Romo during the year, all right? He's not calling this one on Sunday. We don't need Romo stuff. Just watch the game. You can comment on it after the fact, but you don't need to be telling us exactly what you think is about to happen.
Is it all right to say, I thought that's what they were going to call after the play is done? Are you okay with that one? I thought they were going to call draw. That's okay, isn't it? But not calling it out before.
You can do that once.
Okay.
You can't do that every play. It's like, oh,
no.
I knew they were going to do that.
No, Romo, you can't.
Show me your bets then and put your money where your mouth is. And then last but not least, I mean, this is what you talked about earlier. This is always a guy, right? It's always a lady who says, get him. It's always a guy who yells, where's the flag? Over and over again. Like every single time there may be, if it's just an incomplete pass and there is a defender in the area, there could be no contact at all. And there's going to be somebody yelling, where's the flag? Can't do that.
He's holding.
I don't care how much money you have on the game. Oh, yeah, you're right. Drop back in an offense. Hold. It's like, no, we don't need that. Nobody wants that.
Oh, my God.
Keep it to yourself, guy. So that's my list. I miss anything?
No, that's good. That's a lot right there, brother.
That's a lot, but it's
all going to happen. It's all going to happen to you on Sunday. So
the reason the list exists is because this happens every single year. And I want some common courtesy, not just for me, but for everybody who's Watching the game.
I've only been accused of one of those things, and I've been the guy who grabbed something from the tray and I leaned over and I ate over the tray. I took a bite over the tray instead of getting like a little dish.
Hmm.
I was with family. I thought my germs are their germs. And my, stepdaughter looked at me and went, did you just eat over the deviled eggs that you took that wrong? I'm like, oh, you caught me. And it was like, oh, I just got caught, dude. That was horrible. But do you know, every time there's a gathering, I hear about that. If you do it, you know you're going to hear about it forever. That'll always come up at a gathering. Like, come on, can you forget about that? Nobody got sick. Nobody got hurt.
It's just common courtesy, man. That's all we're asking for.
That's all, I guess.
That's all your daughter-in-law wanted. That's all I want.
It's a big deal. It's one day of the year. Just don't do it.
It's the most watched television event of the year. It is a big deal.
Yes, fool, don't do it. Don't be a fool on that day.
I won't do it. All right, we'll take your thoughts. What did I miss? Some other Super Bowl watch party do's and don'ts. Feel free to hit the Coda text line 512-222-9328. Of course, the chat is rocking and rolling as well. All right, Buck, some fun Super Bowl props here. We got some Texas basketball to get into. We got to talk about the NFL awards that happened last night. But I'm curious if you have some interesting takes on these. We already brought this one up earlier. Will Seattle have a pass attempt from the 1-yard line? You're going no?
No.
Coin toss, you're going tails?
Absolutely.
Okay. Which Bay Area landmark will be shown first? Remember the game in Santa Clara? You've got the Golden Gate Bridge?
Yes.
Or Alcatraz?
The Golden Gate Bridge, always.
Yeah, that's minus 1,000. That feels like a lock. You're not getting very good juice in that head-to-head competition.
That's a for sure.
About this, will a streaker enter the field of play? Yes is plus 300. Perhaps Limu, Emu, and Doug?
That's a pretty good. That's not bad. It could possibly happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It's the San Francisco area.
Right. Just a homeless person running out there.
Yeah, with no clothes. They got no clothes.
I don't know if streaker necessarily means like they have to be nude when they're running, or it's just literally.
I think they just mean streaker, just going across. They don't have to be nude.
Right. Yeah. Someone just running across the field at some point.
Somebody gets slam dunked by some guard.
It's not horrible odds. Plus 300.
So I'm saying.
It feels like we see enough streakers during regular games to where someone's going to want the pub and attention of doing it during the Super Bowl.
And I'll be the guy who will always say, oh, you didn't have to hit him that hard.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was always the guy who said, did they have to hit that guy that hard? I was just a kid that jumped out of the stands. He's 12 years old. You hit him that hard? Come on, guy.
That sounds like personal experience.
No. I think it was one year some kid ran onto the field, told his mom he was going to do it, and this guy just leveled him. I mean, probably dislocated his shoulders. And I'm like, dude, you didn't have to hit that kid that hard. And it's like, well, oh, I guess maybe that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
That'll teach him.
That'll teach him never to do it again.
Teach that 9-year-old to run across the field.
Oh, man. You also have how many times will Cardi B be shown on the broadcast? The over-under is 1.5. It's the girlfriend of Stephon Diggs. You've got which song will the fans sing first? I didn't know this was like a bet you could make. I didn't know this was a thing. Which song will the fans in attendance karaoke to first? Sweet Caroline or Country Roads?
That's interesting.
I guess I'd go Sweet Caroline out of those two.
Yeah.
Will rules expert Terry McCauley disagree with a call after replay review?
No.
No is only minus 140. To me, that's the lock of the year.
Yes.
Those rules experts on the TV broadcast, they never disagree with anything.
Then why are they even a part of this now? They're even getting their own props.
Nobody wants them.
I know. Do we really have to have them for the Super Bowl?
No, we don't. But we're going to get Terry McCauley.
Terry McCauley. Yeah.
And then the last two, a couple of classics here. What color Gatorade will be poured on the winning coach? Blue and orange are the co-favorites at plus 240. yellow, green right behind them at plus 275. You got any insight on this?
I go green.
You going to put any units on this play?
No, I never do.
And then last but not least, who will the MVP thank first in his speech? God is the heavy favorite, minus 290. Or just any sort of religious figure falls into the God category. Now, teammates is plus 210. Family's plus 1260. Some guy thinks his wife first. Some good money going in your pocket.
I'm going to go teammates.
Teammates. You can get some money on that.
Yeah.
Put 100 down to win 210.
Drake May is going to go. He's probably, if he was the guy, I think he would go teammates.
Okay.
I've heard him this week say a lot of teammate stuff.
Feels like God is in 2026.
Could be God could be in.
God could be in, which I'm
Young
cool
guy
with.
Drake May is going to think he's going to go teammates first.
Okay. All right. Well, you think Seattle's going to win. You said Kenneth Walker is your pick for MVP. So
Ooh.
you got to go study up on some Kenneth Walker interviews.
I need to get some interviews from that dude
to see who he typically thanks in those speeches. So there you go, right there. All right, Buck. The NFL awards happened last night in Santa Clara. Matthew Stafford was named MVP. He got one more first place vote than Drake May.
I knew it'd be close. I didn't think it was going to be that close.
Incredibly close. Who would you have voted for in that?
The guy who won.
Stafford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, I get the Drake May hype. He had a tremendous season, and he doesn't have as much talent around him as Matt Stafford does in LA, but I think I would have gone for Stafford as well. Myles Garrett, your defensive player of the year.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, set the record for most sacks in a single season. Mike Vrabel, coach of the year. Tet McMillan, offensive rookie of the year. Carson Schwarzenegger from Cleveland, the defensive rookie of the year. And Christian McCaffrey, your comeback player of the year.
How can that guy keep coming back? He's always hurt. I mean, he's a great player. He gets banged up. I mean, just if he just comes back and plays the following year and has a great year, he's a comeback player.
I guess
did he miss the entire season last year?
Most of it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the MVP running, so he was like third or fourth in the MVP running anyway.
Right. Yeah. Heck of a year for Christian McCaffrey. And this is his first comeback player of the year. I was like, he's probably won this 2 or 3 times because it feels like he literally gets hurt every other year. He's got this strategy where like he gets injured one year, the next year plays great, gets this award, then gets hurt, then comes back and does it again. But no, this was the first time he has won.
Yeah, I thought at least his second time of this.
He did win Offensive Player of the Year in 2023.
Okay.
But obviously different from the Comeback Player of the Year. And then you had the Hall of Fame class, Buck. No Bill Belichick, no Robert Kraft. We obviously knew that before yesterday. But the 5 who did get in, Austin's own, Drew Brees.
That's the first time on the ballot.
Getting in on his first year on the ballot. Congrats to him. Another first-year guy, Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay.
A couple of second-year guys, Luke Kuechly, longtime linebacker in Carolina.
Boston College guy.
Hey, people are complaining about everyone hating on the Patriots. Adam Vinatieri got in.
Nice.
What do you mean we don't respect the Patriots dynasty? We put the kicker in.
No kidding.
Vinatieri, greatest kicker of all time.
I mean, it's still so weird.
And then Roger Craig, the old guy, getting in.
They just had to put the old dude in there just because he got a bunch of Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
He was a very good player.
But I know Bill Belichick will get in, but what are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing.
I mean, Adam Vinatieri, it's not just Roger Craig. I don't want to take a shot at the old guy here. Adam Vinatieri's a Hall of Famer, but he should not be getting in before Bill Belichick.
No.
So I don't get it. That's a dead horse.
Dude, there's none of those guys, Larry Fitzgerald or Drew Brees, should get in before Bill Belichick. That's just strange.
No, I think you're right because, like, as awesome as Drew Brees was, I mean, NFL's all-time passing yards leader, like, he's incredible. He's a legend. Should have been a first-ballot Hall of Famer. But no one says Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback of all time.
No.
Right? No one says Larry Fitzgerald is the greatest receiver of all time. Are they all-time greats? Absolutely. But are they, like, in the GOAT conversation? No. Bill Belichick, is in the GOAT conversation, and I think the majority of people would say he is the greatest NFL coach ever.
Yes.
So if you're just basing it off of that, then I agree with you. Like, nobody who got in last night should have been in over Bill Belichick. They all should be in, but none of those guys should be in over Chapel Bill.
BK, when he first went to Chapel Hill, when we were talking about him going there, it was like, I don't know if it was you, but somebody I was talking with said, this is really going to hurt his legacy. And I'm like, how the hell can this hurt his legacy? I think it has. I think this is the thing that's turned people off. I more than, him and Deflategate and some of the other things. I think this whole Chapel Hill thing is the thing that turned them all off away from him. And I didn't think it will. I'd be, how is this going to screw up his legacy as an NFL great coach? But I think it's the thing that's done it.
I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
So if the voters are using his college failures or the fact that he's dating Jordan Hudson against him, or if they're just using, we thought he was mean to the press, so we're not putting him in. Like, it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What you did in the sport of pro football is what determines whether or not you get enshrined. And there is no coach who did more in the sport of pro football than Bill Belichick. So, I think you're right. I think it's the other stuff. And look, legacy is different than Hall of Fame. Like, to me, what Bill Belichick's doing right now is dumb. I don't know why he's
trying. Yeah, I mean, that's totally different. Yeah.
Right. Like, maybe egos getting, maybe just loves coaching and no NFL team will hire him. And all right, let me go try my hand at college, whatever. It's his life, his choice. He can do whatever he wants. That's fine.
Right.
But so the legacy conversation, yeah, sure. This is an all-encompassing coaching career. I think this North Carolina thing is going to be a bit of a blemish. But again, it is the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I just think some of the voters took it too far. They took it out of what it's supposed to be. And they're letting him go into North Carolina and being and not doing well and dating a young girl and all this stuff. They dragged that into the NFL Hall of Fame voting. And I'm like, you shouldn't do that to the guy. That's not what it's all about.
All right. I agree. It feels obvious to me. I think it feels obvious to most out there yet
Yeah, I never thought that would happen. I'd be like, no, these people are smart enough people that they're going, no, but there's always a couple, because it wasn't just one.
Just one. No, Belichick needed 40 of the 50 votes, and he didn't get there. We don't know exactly what he got. Maybe he was at 39. Maybe he was at 24. I don't know. Right. But he didn't get to 40, which he needed to. So, tough. Darren Woodson did not get in. Jason Witten did not get in. Hopefully both of those guys end up there. I mean, this was Witten's first year on the ballot. I didn't expect him. I don't think he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer as much as I love him. This was year 4 for Darren Woodson. So their calls to the holes will have to wait.
Yeah, so, now that you see guys like Drew Brees going in the first time, there's no way that they'd keep Tom Brady out, no matter what they're doing to Patriots. They can't do that. I'm saying no way, no chance.
There's no way, right? What about Gronk? I mean, Gronk to me is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Are they going to, I think he'll be in first ballot.
I don't know.
But now with the Patriots stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, because I even thought, would they even have a thought of doing it to Brady? And once they did it to Belichick and Kraft, I said, sure they would. Why wouldn't they? But now they're not going to do that to Brady, and they'll probably put Gronk in too. Maybe not as a first timer.
Dude, it's the greatest dynasty the sport has ever seen.
Right.
And those guys were the biggest reasons why. So they all have to be in. I would say most of them should be first ballot guys, but they all will be in. It's just a matter of when, not if. But yeah, with Belichick, Belichick and Brady, those are the two that should have been no questions asked. They're in on the first try. You want to make Gronk wait a year? Maybe I can live with it. You made Vinatieri wait a year. Maybe I can live with that too. But the head coach and the quarterback, the two most important people who were a part of that entire run, they had to be in on the first try. They screwed it up with Bill. Hopefully they don't screw it up with Turkey Tom.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
But congrats to the guys who got in. Pretty cool night. Like the MVP from Texas, Matthew Stafford. The defensive player of the year from Texas, Myles Garrett. the Hall of Famer, one of the Hall of Famers, Drew Brees from
Yep.
Texas. Pretty cool to see. And also, I think there was one more from the state of Texas. The Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith-Njigba from the state of Texas. So 3 of those guys from the Metroplex, right? Drew Brees, obviously the Austinite. But, a lot of Texas love with these awards, which is more proof that this is the greatest state for high school football.
There you go.
All right, so there's your NFL awards. We'll shift gears here. A little Texas.
It was nice to hear. It was nice to hear Matthew Stafford with his girls. So he has all his daughters up there.
Oh my
4
gosh!
little girls. He said he'll be back next year. He's not done yet.
He says he hopes to not be there next year.
Yeah, but he also has let people know that he's coming back too, which is he's not ready to retire. That guy, he had a healthy year, and look what he's done with a healthy year, even at his age.
I wonder if Stafford won the Super Bowl, right? If they beat Seattle, then obviously won the game on Sunday, if he would want to John Elway this thing.
Could be.
But you can't, like, MVP and then to get that close to the Super Bowl, like, you're still really good. Your team's still really good. If you come back, you've got a chance to win another one.
Yeah, and he didn't throw any ladies off the stage last night, right?
He did not throw any ladies off the stage last night.
Okay. All 4 of his daughters stayed back behind him a little bit.
He didn't throw that lady off the stage. He just watched her fall and didn't do anything about it.
As if it didn't happen, just kind of looked back
he just turned away. Like, he's like, oh, I didn't see it. And it's like, dude, this is the Super Bowl parade. There are thousands of cameras on you right now. I know you're trying to get away with something.
Go see if drop to your knees and go and see, are you all right down there?
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Like, you could call for it. You don't have to be the person who, like, starts helping. You just have to, like, look down and ask if she's okay.
You just can't give her a hip check.
You can't. I like that conspiracy theory. Did Matthew Stafford actually shove that camera girl off that well a few years ago?
Oh my! Well, that was a long drop too. That was like, wow, lady.
She fell. Man, she was on an elevated service, and she definitely fell.
Sorry about that.
Oh man. So there you go. All right, Texas basketball to get into. Easy for me to say. Big game for the men tomorrow. Also, I came up with some NFL awards for me, Buck, and we already have maybe the most bizarre story of the Olympics. And again, the opening ceremonies haven't even happened yet.
I just hope everybody keeps their clothes on, unlike they did in France for that summer games with all that garbage. So this one, just everybody stay dressed. Stay clothed. Where we're in Italy, right? And it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I don't even remember were there a bunch of nudists in France?
There was a bunch of just scantily clad things hanging out, areas and stuff. Yeah, we need to. NBC will do a good job at this.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm kind of intrigued by what you're talking about. I were trying to put more layers of clothes on people.
Well, it's the Winter Games. We're probably going to need some clothing on.
That's
for their opening ceremonies, yes.
Okay, well, we'll get to all of that. But before we do, how about a few more sponsor shout-outs?
Of course, our good friends over at Hat Creek Burger. This seems like a wonderful day. Any day is a wonderful day to head to Hat Creek Burger for burger, fries, and the great shakes that they have at Hat Creek Burger. Some locations throughout Texas do serve breakfast starting at 7 a.m. So grab yourself a nice taco at Hat Creek Burger. But, folks, for me, it's about the double with cheese. Can't wait. I will have one next week. I've had mine for the week, so I can't go until next week. But I will have one of those with a great shake time next week, so I can have another shake with my Hat Creek Burger. But for some mom and dads in the evenings, you can also have a nice margarita while watching kids on the wonderful Playscape. But as I said, they've had over 25 locations now throughout Texas, and they started right here in Austin, Texas. And, boy, I love that Hat Creek Burger, BK. Love it. Oh, now I love that chili, too.
There's a very good chance I get at least one Hat Creek Burger this weekend.
There you go.
At least one. Just so you know. Love it. All right. Also love McCall Custom Homes. You're going to love your home if you make the call to Mike McCall and his great team at McCall Custom Homes. They are custom home builders and renovators here in Central Texas. They started here. They've stayed here. It's a father-son team with more than 4 decades of experience. It's top quality at affordable prices. They're licensed. They're insured. They're A+ rated by the BBB. If you are mad, if you want to have the house that hosts the Super Bowl watch party,
There you go.
drink all the Altstadt you want. And you don't have to worry about driving home. You want to be that house? McCall Custom Homes can help you. Kitchen's not big enough. Bathroom's not good enough. Space is too small. You want to add on any sort of home renovation, they can tackle it. McCall Custom Homes, ATX.com. They're offering free estimates to Bucky and BK listeners, so take advantage of that. Or you can reach out to our guy, Mike McCall, directly, 512-633-9580. It's McCall Custom Homes. We build value into your home. All right, Buck, let's talk a little Texas hoops for a moment. We spent the first 30 minutes of today's show talking Texas women's basketball, so go back and check that out. Huge win for Vic Schaefer and the Longhorns last night at the Mood against number 5 LSU. But a big game coming up for the Texas men tomorrow at the Mood. An old friend comes to town. Chris Beard returns to Austin for the first time since getting fired as the Longhorns head coach in January of 2023. He actually coached his last game in December of 2022, and he got arrested. The mugshot came out. He was suspended indefinitely, and ultimately Texas decided to pull the plug in early January that year. Of course, that same season, the Longhorns, under the interim tutelage of Rodney Terry, went on to the Elite Eight. It's been more than 3 years, Buck. I will never forget that unfaithful morning when I woke up, and as any good millennial does, I checked social media.
Of course. Yeah. Did you go Snapchat, FaceTime?
I went Twitter. Back when it was
Twitter, because they do it all now.
Back when it was Twitter, not X.
Okay.
And literally the first thing I see on my phone screen is the mugshot of Chris Beard. And it was a total gut punch to me and to my crew of 30 or so Longhorn basketball fans out there.
At that time, it was building too. You had an opportunity to really get it cranked up with Chris Beard coming to Texas. I thought you'd have close to 50 people on board that little wagon train of yours then. And they jumped off that thing so quick.
It still hurts. Look, I love Sean Miller, and I'll be forever grateful for the job Rodney Terry did in 2023, being able to navigate that ship to the deepest tournament run that Texas has had in a decade and a half. But yeah, I mean, Chris Beard, he felt like the perfect hire. And in his first year, Texas, a 6 seed in the tournament, they win a tournament game before bowing out in the round of 32. And that was his second year in Austin. The Longhorns, again, they ended up making the Elite Eight. They clearly had a roster that was good enough to make a deep run in March. And then it just all kind of fell apart. Rodney Terry was here for a couple of years. They weren't bad seasons, but you felt like you said, you were on the rise. You were about to be a consistent force in college basketball. And it's finally our basketball is going to start catching up to football and baseball and volleyball and softball, some of the other schools. It's like finally we are going to be in every sports school. And then again, it just all came crashing down pretty much in one day. And it set the basketball program back a few years. No disrespect to Rodney Terry, although I'm sure it's going to sound incredibly disrespectful when I say that. But again, it was such a jolt to the system. You felt like you had everything in place where it needed to be. And then just the rug was ripped out from under us. And now we've got another coach who's trying to build up his culture in year one.
Yes.
So we'll see. What type of reception do you think Coach Beard gets tomorrow afternoon?
I think they're getting to the point of forgetting about him because if he went to Ole Miss and just turned that program into something special in a matter of a couple of years, I think it would be a different reception. But the fact that they suck right now at Mississippi doesn't do it much. I don't think that'll be the kind of reception of a bunch of boos and stuff. They'll be just glad to play his team, Ole Miss, right now the way they play.
You're right. It's not a good year for Ole Miss. They're 500 on the season. They're 3-6 in conference play, but Ole Miss did make it to the Sweet 16 last season. So it's not like Beard has been a total failure in Oxford. I think he's going to get booed. I don't think it's going to be anything like when Chris Beard returned to Lubbock as the Longhorns coach.
Right.
But I think it's not going to be relentless nonstop for 40 minutes, but I do think during, the player and coach introductions before the game and whenever Ole Miss is taking the court for warm-ups or right after halftime, I do think there will be a lot of booing from Texas fans.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm not that interested because I just don't think it's. I just think that they're Texas fans and your 27 folks that'll be at that game tomorrow. You're 27 on. Will just be happy that they're playing that particular Chris Beard team. They're that because they're not very good. So
Well, go beat them because they're
yeah,
not very
absolutely.
good.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you can't lose to them.
Yeah, that would be horrible, right?
Oh, it certainly would.
I do not want Chris Beard's return to Austin to be a win for him
Oh
because this is
no.
not a good Ole Miss team. This is a quadrant 3 game for Texas. Again,
Yeah, you're talking about setting yourself back, BK. As a first year coach, you set yourself back, you lose to this group.
you're right. You're absolutely right. And you set your team back and you decrease your chances of making the NCAA tournament because this would qualify as a bad loss in the eyes of the NCAA tournament committee.
Right.
Similar to South Carolina, to where it's like, if you win, you're not going to get a lot of credit. But if you lose, it's going to hurt a lot.
And no matter how you win, you need to win the game.
Yeah. And I'd like for it to be more aesthetically pleasing than what we saw on Tuesday night against South Carolina.
Mhm.
That game was a lot tougher and tighter than any of us had hoped. I mean, South Carolina had a lead for most of the first half, and Texas couldn't really separate themselves in the second half, and it was a 3-point game with like 3 minutes to go. And thankfully, Texas was able to make the plays in crunch time to get the job done. But yeah, I would like for this to be a more smooth sailing performance here at home.
Yeah, I agree with you with that one. I think it just, I mean, you gotta ride this thing because if not, now you're in a dogfight the rest of the year to make the tournament. I mean, you're in like a dogfight because you're going to be playing better teams in the SEC that are better than this. This team isn't good. I'm not saying you should crush them, but you need to beat them and look good beating them.
Ken Palm has this as a 9-point Texas victory. Yes. I'll see what the Vegas line looks like, but theirs is typically pretty close to what Ken Palm thinks.
Sure.
Yeah, Texas will be a decent-sized favorite. I don't think this is going to be a blowout from start to finish, but I would like Texas to win and cover tomorrow. And part of that, like for that to happen, the Horns need to get off to a better start.
Yes.
All right. I mean, they went down 23-9 at OU last weekend. Again, they trailed for the majority of the first half. They trailed by, I think, as many as 9 against South Carolina on Tuesday. So if you want to win and cover and you want this game to be easy, it's going to start with you being actually ready to play when the ball is tipped.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be some fans that are going to try to get under Chris Beard's skin. I mean, they're going to, there'll be those guys that'll be hollering and screaming at him. I mean, it won't be about him. It'll be about this basketball team, playing really well against a team that's not real good. They should smooth out a lot of things. We shouldn't have a bunch of fouls in this game. You don't need that in this game.
No. Ole Miss is not good at getting to the free throw line.
No.
That's the good news right there. They'll also foul a lot.
Yeah, they'll hand you the ball, by the way.
They'll also foul a lot, which is good because Texas draws a bunch of fouls. So I think the Longhorns could live at the free throw line. But the good news is, Ole Miss doesn't draw a lot of fouls themselves. So this hopefully is not a virus game for Texas.
Right.
So, yeah, I'd love to see the Longhorns take care of business and send Chris Beard home packing. I probably wouldn't. I don't know what I would do if I was at this game. I might go to this game. I might just sit there in silence the entire time. Just wondering why is that guy wearing Ole Miss colors and not Texas colors? Maybe I'll fully get over it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to. He'll like you said, he will find. I mean, he's a good coach, so he'll find his way to getting things done. Ole Miss has, now that their football coach is gone, I mean, they want to lean on this guy over the next couple of years. It'll still always be about football. I'm sorry. Why am I trying to make Ole Miss basketball into something? It's not.
Yeah, no, that's the job Chris Beard could get at the time, and
right.
Sure, he'd probably like to get a bigger job at some point, but he's got
sure. Yeah, he's not going to be a lifer there. He's just going to, and if he gets his team winning, an opportunity comes his way, he's going to be out of there.
Yeah, I think you're right. So Texas and Ole Miss tomorrow, 1:00 Central Time. It'll be on ESPN2, of course, on 1300 The Zone as well. You can catch Craig and Eddie on the call. Hopefully the Horns get the job done. All right. Buck, I've got my own awards.
Oh, boy.
Last night we had the NFL awards in
the
Bay Area, but I came up with my own awards for the NFL season. Get your thoughts on these.
Okay.
We'll start with the LVP. of the least valuable player. I think that's an award that really should be given out every year for the record.
The least valuable player?
Least valuable player. I like this, CB. Let's call these the Bradleys. We got the Bradley Awards here. I'm going government name for this one. The LVP this year, that award goes to CJ Stroud.
Wow.
Congratulations, CJ.
Dude, that's your quarterback.
Yeah, well, the way he played in those 2 playoff games, no one wanted to claim him as their quarterback.
You're not even going to blame it on the offensive coordinator like they did the year before, right?
No, I'm not blaming all of those turnovers on Nick Caley.
Okay.
Is he the best OC in the game? No. Could they upgrade from him? Yes. But
are they going to upgrade from him?
No. They already said he's coming back.
So okay.
Now it's on CJ Stroud to figure it out. That defense, the Texans had the best defense the NFL has seen in 2.5 decades. Trent Dilfer was able to win a Super Bowl with a defense like at that level. Yes. CJ Stroud couldn't be as good as Trent Dilfer. He was nowhere close to as good as Trent Dilfer. He's the least valuable player.
Okay.
We've got the OPOY. No, not the offensive player of the year. We've got the overrated player of the year, Buck. That one is going to Shedeur Sanders. Who somehow
what is it? What have you done? What is it? You've made a team. Okay, good.
Shedeur Sanders, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 56% completion percentage, and he was named a Pro Bowler this year. He's the most overrated player, or the overrated player of the year. The defensive player of the year, Buck. Yeah, congrats to Myles Garrett. That's great, but my defensive player of the year is Geno Smith.
Geno, for the con job that he did?
Geno Smith, the quarterback of the Vegas Raiders, who had 17 interceptions and a bunch of fumbles this year. He was doing so much for defenses around the league. Myles Garrett only helped one defense. Geno Smith helped defenses every single Sunday. That's impressive.
And coach of the year? Job did himself there, too. Wow.
No kidding. Coach of the year, Pete Carroll, got the number 1 pick. What a job by him, right? Gets paid, multi-year contract. Now he's getting paid to leave. And he did enough to secure his team the number 1 pick and the chance to draft Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, he did something good for them on the way out. Parting gift. He got a nice parting gift, nice check, and he's giving them a first-round pick. Great. That is a great job.
Great job by Pete Carroll. That's why he's a Hall of Fame level coach, isn't he? We've got the clutch moment of the year. That's going to go to Baltimore Ravens kicker Tyler Loop for missing that field goal week 18 against Pittsburgh. Because of that, he got his coach fired. Ravens fans were ready for a change. They got their change thanks to Tyler Loop's shank in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Pretty clutch by him. We've got the grandfather of the year. This one feels pretty obvious, Buck. That's Phillip Rivers' award to lose. I believe he was the only grandpa who played in the NFL this year, but I do not know that. We've got the shouldn't come back player of the year. Care to guess who gets that one?
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Shouldn't come back. Yeah, he's coming back, though.
Whoa, you've changed your stance.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back. He's not ready to give it up.
You were trying to retire A-Rod 3 years ago.
Yes, 3 years ago, I was trying to say that should do it. After the stint with the Jets, I thought it should really – I didn't even think he should have gone to the Jets. I thought he was done before that. Now I think he's really done, but I think he's got another year.
Come on, McCarthy back in Pittsburgh, the gang.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They got to do it. He's got to do it.
They're going to film Blues Brothers Part 2 with McCarthy and A-Rod, getting the band back together. What's Jordy Nelson up to? What's Randall Cobb up to? Donald Driver, all these guys.
Cobb will be back.
Make it all happen. Come on. Call on Jermichael Finley, too. Why not?
Dude, please don't bring that guy. Don't let that guy come back to football.
Who, Jermichael?
No. Aaron Rodgers. He's got to be done, doesn't he?
Yeah. He
41. I mean, really?
Shouldn't come back player of the year. I mean, that's my award that he's getting. So you know how I feel about that. And last but not least, the most prestigious award that's given out. No, it's not MVP. It's not Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year. No.
It's a Man of the Year.
See, Walter Payton Man of the Year, that award for 2025-26 goes to Mark Sanchez.
Wow.
For his contributions to the community.
Beating up old drivers.
And there are the Bradley Awards.
Bradley Award. Those are nice. Well done.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, some of my favorites.
Has that dude gone to court for that mugging?
It's actually a great question. I don't know what is going on with that Mark Sanchez situation.
I know what's going on. Somebody's about to pay somebody a settlement and end the whole thing.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. That guy could be in a lot of trouble. But he is the Man of the Year for me. Congrats to Mark Sanchez on that incredible award. All right, Buck. Quick shout out to SendTextTickets.com if you want tickets to any sporting event. Hey, Texas basketball tomorrow. Boom. You want to be there? SendTex Tickets has you covered. Texas softball in action in San Antonio this weekend, but back in Austin next weekend. Texas baseball opening day next Friday, 1 week from today. Any Longhorn game, any concert, any Broadway show. What about a Texas Stars hockey game? What about an Austin Spurs basketball game? If you want to, go to an NBA game or an NHL game in Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, whatever, they got you covered. SendTextTickets.com. Don't forget to use our promo code, SendText10. You type that in at checkout, you're going to get 10% off of any ticket purchase instantly from our great friends at SendTextTickets.com.
Sweet. Did the Spurs play the Mavs last night?
Yes.
Did I see that alien dude playing, that big, tall 8-footer doing hitting 3-point shots, coming out of the tunnel? I mean, his first 9 points were 3-pointers. And I always like to say they were contested. None of them are really contested, are they? Does anybody jump up and get close to blocking his shots? Are they all just clean looks? He always gets a clean look, right?
It's impossible to contest that guy. He's 7'5". He's 7'5". His wingspan's like 10'5", and he's got great athleticism too. Yeah, that guy doesn't have to jump. That guy doesn't have to jump, and you're not going to be able to contest his shot. But
so he gets a clean look. He's always going to get a clean look.
Well, it's why, think about Kevin Durant, right? Why Kevin Durant's one of the best scorers this league has ever seen. Why he's one of the toughest guards the game has ever seen.
Right.
He's like 7 feet with a long wingspan, and it's impossible to contest his shot. Wemby is like 5 or 6 inches taller, so no one can contest KD. Nobody in the universe can contest Wemby.
I saw Wemby hit 3 of them last night. I'm like, what in the? I said, can somebody get there out on him? And I'm like, oh, they are there.
Yeah, he's awesome. He had 29 last night. Spurs beat the Mavs in Dallas 135-123. Cooper Flagg, a great game for Dallas. I mean, look, it's 2 of the best young players in the league. I mean, Wemby's already an established superstar. Cooper Flagg is on his way to that. Both of those guys were fantastic. Wemby, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, a couple of steals. How about 6 assists for him as well? He was doing it all last night. Cooper Flagg for the Mavs, 32 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. I mean, he's coming into his own. He's the runaway for Rookie of the Year, and
no doubt.
He's going to be a problem for years to come, too. So, yeah, Spurs obviously a much better team. They have a chance to make a deep run at a championship. Heck, they keep beating Oklahoma City. I know the Thunder are like the heavy favorites to win it all this year, but the Spurs went 4-1 against OKC this season, including a win earlier in the week. Now, the Thunder were pretty shorthanded in that game, but still. But the Mavs obviously in the middle of a rebuild. I want the Mavs to lose as often as possible, because they don't have a ton of their future first-round picks, but they do have this year's first-round pick, and this is a loaded draft class.
Oh, yeah.
So I would really like to see the Mavs lose as often as possible, and hopefully they get some more luck, air quotes, with the lottery. Hopefully the Luka Doncic trade means that Adam Silver agreed to rig the lottery for the Mavs 2 years in a row instead of just one.
Oh, yeah. They should get at least 2 out of that.
That would be awesome. That's what we're looking for here. So there you go. A little NBA chatter for you. Buck, we got to end with this. The opening ceremony for the Olympics is tonight. Now, we've already started some Olympic competition. I was watching some curling last night. was watching the U.S. hockey team, the women's team. The men don't start until next Thursday, but the women's tournament has already began. Team USA with a nice 5-1 win over Czechia yesterday. We're going to have some interesting stories from the Olympics. We always do. I don't know. I'm going to be careful on the radio side here. I don't know if we are going to have a story as interesting, weird, bizarre, stupefying.
Stupefying. I love that word.
As this one right here. I'm just going to read you the headline first before we get to the details.
Okay.
It says, according to The Athletic, quote, reports have surfaced before the Winter Olympics that allege ski jumpers are injecting their genitalia with hyaluronic acid to fly farther. The World Anti-Doping Agency has vowed to investigate. End quote.
Who gets a chance to look at that?
So ski jumpers, male ski jumpers, are reportedly injecting their privates with some sort of acid in an effort to be able to jump farther.
Huh.
A couple of details here. As the 2026 Winter Olympics approach, an unusual and controversial story has emerged in ski jumping that has captured worldwide attention. Rumors that some male ski jumpers might be artificially enhancing the size of their Johnsons in order to gain a competitive aerodynamic advantage. The claims were first reported by the German newspaper Bild. In ski jumping, athletes are fitted with tight suits based on 3D body scans that measure their height and the lowest point of their crotch. A slightly larger measurement in the crotch area can lead to a looser, bigger suit that theoretically creates extra lift and could therefore increase jump distances.
Oh, so size does matter there.
Size does matter. A scientific study, you're a big science guy, suggested that just a 2 cm increase?
Centimeter?
That's the metric crap. Yeah, I don't believe in that. A 2 whatever increase in suit size could improve performance by reducing drag and increasing lifts. A report alleges that some jumpers may be injecting substances such as hyaluronic acid, which is a material used medically and cosmetically, into their you-know-whats to temporarily enlarge them for body scanning.
Oh, okay. So they want to jump and they don't want to have erectile dysfunction. They want to be erect on takeoff. I want to see how the cameras work that deal on NBC.
Yeah, we got to zoom way out for that.
Oh my goodness.
My understanding, just from reading this article, is that it's not necessarily at the time of their jumps. It's when they get measured for their suits. They want to have.
It has nothing to do while you're in the air. It's the flow of the air.
Right.
To get extra. Oh.
They're looking for looser,
they don't want you to have the baggy suit on.
Exactly. They're looking for looser, larger suits that provide aerodynamic advantage and then again, in turn, longer jump distances. Now, there's no hard evidence yet. See what I did there? That this practice is actually taking place. These are all allegations to this point.
It ain't true.
You're saying it's not true?
Oh, these are just allegations. I'm not buying it.
That ain't true.
You know what they say, Buck? Ski jumping is a game of inches.
It is. It really is.
I've been saying that for years. Now, me personally, I'll just inject this for love of the game.
Yeah, why not? Just to put on that suit.
I'm not doing this for any ski jumping. I'm just, just doing this to see what would happen, right?
No, just the sound of the stuff they're injecting doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like it's penicillin. That sounds like a okay word that you could get away with it. What is the stuff they're injecting?
I could be mispronouncing it, but it is hydroxychloroquine. hyaluronic acid.
The word acid injected there doesn't sound like a winner.
No, that scares the heck out of me. I really hope there are stiff penalties for
getting caught with that.
For getting caught with that. Yeah, I really
That's
do.
gross. That just doesn't sound like that sounds painful.
Why don't you just use helium? I feel like you'd float across the finish line, right?
Yeah, you take off and you're right. You never hit the ground until you pass the finish line.
Oh man. Hey, these guys are doing whatever they can to achieve their dreams. I'll give them
get
credit.
That gold medal, huh?
To get that gold medal. So there you go.
Wow.
The Olympics haven't really started yet. We already have I think maybe we've got some more up our sleeves, or they have some more up their sleeves. But I think that's the craziest story we're going to get.
Now I'm going to have to be careful of my figure skaters and how when they start doing their twists and flips, how they get airborne. I'm going to wonder if some guy's shooting acid into his Johnson there.
Oh, you're going to be zooming in. You're going to be bringing out the binocs.
I'm just going to wonder, why does that guy seem like he's up in the air forever? He's got an extra 3 twists, rotations there. How is that possible? Now I know.
You're going to pause the TV and just get real close and look.
No, I'm not.
I had it measured at 4 inches last year. That doesn't look like 4 this year.
It's all about the suits, huh?
All about the suits, I guess. I knew nothing about any of this until yesterday. And of course, this one found me, my friend.
Always something in the Olympic Games.
Always something. So there you go. That will do it for a Friday show. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Buck and I will be back on Monday to talk Texas hoops, to talk Super Bowl 60, and who knows what else we have.
Y'all please be careful out there. Make sure if you're having your drink, getting your drink on, that you get a safe ride home.
Yes, indeed.
For
well
sure.
said, my friend. All right, enjoy the weekend. We will talk to y'all on Monday.
Welcome.